Okay, we've got a minute and a half before the open. It's Wednesday, May 4th. May the 4th. May the 4th be with you. I know we had some news come out today at 7:30 Central Time. Looks like we've got crude. We've got some ISM number at 9 a.m. It's not too big of a market mover. Then we've got the FOMC announcement at 1 p.m. 1 p.m. Central Time. So I will not be in front of the screens during that, and we can usually get some action during that announcement. So today could be a snoozer before the FOMC meeting. Some of these days there's like a move in the morning and then it just lulls and hangs out, and you got to wait until 1 o'clock to do anything. So it might be that by 9:30 I just wrap up today and I'm done. Two levels I've got of importance are the gray lines here. So again, overnight high, overnight low is the red here. If we go over to our daily chart, we can see the daily, what it did in the regular hour trading session. So this is yesterday, kind of a doji hanging out there. Let me transfer it back to the other screen. Whoops, wrong one. Okay, there we go. That's what I want to look for. All right, so I'll mark the first minute with the two orange bars. We just call it the opening range. Tight range last night, relative to what it has been. So we've got, again, just overnight areas here. All right, so there's our opening range. We'll look at the NASDAQ real quick. It's right at its overnight low. In fact, it's a little below it. So this is more like the action we were seeing up until about 2 weeks ago, where just slower, smaller ranges. Says YouTube isn't receiving enough information for streaming, so if you're trying to watch, sorry about that. Looks like yesterday from about 11 a.m. on there was some pretty big moves. Looking at 5-minute chart, pretty big movements. Here's our 5-minute. So this is yesterday. And then we've got just a little bit of action this morning so far. So here to here, might even call it here to there. Yeah, just kind of ho-hum this morning. So I think I said earlier there's some like a moderate report coming out at 9 o'clock Central. Let me look here. Yep, ISM Services Index comes out in another 20 minutes. Haven't done much so far. Let's see. Opened here, pretty small range. So tempo changes day to day, doesn't it? You know, there's some days where the market's really ripping. Yesterday there's some good movements in the morning. Was hoping to catch a ride and get on one of them, and I went back and reviewed, and I was kind of biased to the short side a bit, but I was also mindful of this big wick, right? Like you figure you put that in, more than likely you're not going to just get slammed right back down. So we ended the day up, somewhat of an indecisive day. We'll see what it does today. But yeah, on the S&P, the action is definitely muted compared to what it was yesterday and the day before. Could be because it's FOMC. Could be because it's just a different day. I think a lot of times I'm reading this book. It's called Thinking Fast and Slow. It's just fantastic. It talks about the biases that we have that we're unaware that we have. And the guy who wrote it, he won the Nobel Prize in economics, I think like 15 years ago or so. But he just talks about as humans, we like to put reasons to a lot of things. So he referenced some news with the bond market for some big bond move, I think during Operation Desert Storm. And, bonds did something. I can't remember if they bonds probably went up during the war, or like during this one day when there was bombing. The bonds went up during bombing. And a headline comes out. But then the bonds totally reverse. So instead of going up, they just get slammed the whole rest of the day. And then later in the day, a different headline comes out stating why they went down. So it's just a good case in point that, I don't know, a lot of these news reports, I don't know what it says. I really don't care. I'm just watching the price action because you can put a reason or logic to, or what you think is logic, or you can put a cause to just about anything that you want to regarding market action, and the market can just as quickly do an about face, reverse course, and go the other way, and then you're totally on the other side of it thinking, oh well, it probably did that because of this. So headlines and all that, I don't get too caught up in. Maybe if I was like a macroeconomic trader, if I was a guy who was smarter than 99.9% of the population, I'd be looking at that, but I'm just not smart enough to go off of news and macroeconomic trends. So I just stick with the technical analysis, just watching the charts. So yesterday I was kind of talking a lot about what I was seeing. So here, we come up in the range, but that really doesn't mean anything to me right now. We'll watch what it does around like this 82 area. That's been a kind of a sticking point. So it could be an interesting level. Let me see here. So on the left side, on this side right here, I've got the overnight chart. So in the gray shaded area, this is what the market did overnight. So it looks like just now we came down to 67 there. Let me pull up that 1 minute. Oh yeah, that's nothing to, okay. Came down to that line, touched it, tried to get up higher. But you can see here that came up, broke it, and then kind of stayed below it. So that, 82, 83, the number I was talking a little bit about yesterday and the day before, Could be significant, might not, but we'll wait and see if it gets up there like what it does. Got another few seconds, 15 seconds until we close our 15-minute bar. Well, it looks like the stream is doing a little better. Okay, so high of the opening range here. So again, this is the 1 minute bar. This is the 15-minute bar. So every bar here is 1 minute. Every bar here is 15. I've got another chart where I'm just looking at the daily. Every bar is a day, and then I'll look at where every bar is 5 minutes. I'm going to try to sell some right here. Okay, I just sold a bit. Bought just a little bit back down there. I'm still in 3/4 of my position. See if it gets up to 82, what it does there. I'm going to lighten up on this a little bit. All right, so I got out a little bit there at break even on that other piece. I'm still in half the position. Want to watch it against this 80 level right here. We've got 9 minutes until our news comes out. Bears need to see it break down below this here. NASDAQ was looking a little weak, and that's why I scaled out of it. Or sorry, NASDAQ was looking weak, and so that's why I entered the trade initially. See if we can push it here. The Bears are trying to push. Let's see if that's it. That wick, and then push downward. There it is. That should be it right there. I'm going to hold it against this little wick right here. There it is. Good deal. I'm going to buy a little bit back right here. Looking for, like to see 68 get broken. So we've got this news in 5 minutes. There we go. I'm going to buy some right here. Okay. So I still have a quarter of that position on. I'll hold it against that. Kind of meandering back and forth right there. Shoulda added right there at that one. Woulda, shoulda, coulda. And I'll move my stop just a little higher. So here I was on that one. Now we might get some follow through. We might not. I'd want to see it. Them reject this, take out low, and then go lower. But this is what I was looking at NASDAQ. Here's the 15-minute, and it was just kind of like hanging out low down here. It looked like it was going to break this little bar. So even this here, I mean, we've got kind of what could be like a triangle where it's wedging, it's kind of coiling, getting tighter and tighter. Usually there's resolve one side or the other. So there could be resolve to the downside. There could be resolve to the upside. But on that one, that's what I was looking at for some clues to be shorting it in that area. So yeah, this is one I'll hold against here with just a quarter of the piece of that initial trade. Just because if there is news and if it moves, if it takes me out, no big deal. I'm out right here. But if it spikes and it comes down, then I'll have booked a nice profit on that one. Okay, so we've got 3 minutes until, and again, it's like a medium level news report. It's not, it has a green dot, which means it's kind of middle of the road. It doesn't have a red dot, the ominous red dot. Let's pull up a 5 minute. Yeah, some trades you get into and you're hesitant, and then you see something and you think, there it is. That's what I was looking for. Let me just exit out of that. I think that's what I was wanting. So like even this one, trying again, that's really the trade that I was looking for it to come up, fail, push down. Let's see if we can stay below the overnight lows now. So again, here's our 5 minute. So if we push them lower down here into the, upper 50s, mid 50s. Anything can happen, and something will happen. As long as we know that, we're good. Anything can happen, and something will happen. getting some movement here. All right, so there's our news. There's our news. A little extra volatility with your scrambled eggs this morning. I'm gonna buy a little bit back right here. So now I'm just in an eighth of my original position. Watch and see if we get lower. Coming up to yesterday's. Let's see what was yesterday. Yesterday's open was like 56. Oh, that's interesting. So that's that level right there. All right, so I'm just holding a real small amount now. NASDAQ not looking great. Oops, darn it, sorry about that. I don't know why it does that. Let me try to drag that one over. So here's the 15-minute on the NASDAQ. Right, add support. I don't know. It's anyone's guess. We'll see. Doesn't feel like it. But again, that's why I scaled out here at 62 or 62.5, whatever it was. Same thing. You figure like, man, well, what if it runs to 41.40? Well, I miss out on part of it. But what if it jams some guys right now and they run it right back up? Well, I took a little profit. You just never know, right? Got to keep in mind that the market, that anything can happen. And something will happen. Something's going to happen. But as far as what it is, man, we do not know. I'd say the trades I used to get hurt on was, so let's say I shorted up here and I just had a bias for the day of the short side. Let's say I sold it here to get short to initiate a position. I scale out, say here, and then I think it's still going to just break down and bust. I'm going to add some here. I'm going to short again here. I'm going to short again here. I'm going to short again here. Oh no, it's back up to here. And then your, break even is a lot lower than you originally anticipated. So that's never fun. No fun. I know I talk about being a longer term time frame trader, but here lately there's just been some nice tells. That was a good one. I liked it. So that looks like that 82 level for now, at least, right? Like from where the overnight action was, like that held. 5-minute bar is almost done. Nasdaq's still looking weak. Right, there's our 15-minute. I mean, again, maybe it comes down here and it holds it nicely and we bounce and get back up into this range. If it doesn't hold, it seems like anywhere in here could be fair game. It is an FOMC announcement day, so that could be kind of the move of the day where we come up, sell off, go lower, but I don't know. So here's that like mid to high 50s I was talking about. Well, it got down to looks like 59, so not really mid 50s, but we'll see what they do here. Let's look at the 5. This is getting a bit more interesting now. So this is its home yesterday. This is where it resided, where it hung out, where value was found. That's it. I'm going to flatten right here. On this one, that small piece that I was holding here, if we pop higher, I'll add some back up here. I'm seldom good at that though. But this was kind of a target I had in mind. So we'll see. Well, that's a hard game for me to play. right, 20 minutes of straight selling. Here we go. You would think, now again, maybe I'm biased to the short side too much, but you would think you'd see a little bit of a reaction here at this level to try to push it higher before they take it lower. If they take it lower, you would think. And that was the reason for my scale out at that number down there. That level. We'll look for clues if we get up here for a short. Look for clues. Do a little sleuthing. Another few minutes till we get another 2 minutes till we get a new 5-minute bar. See if it gets above 62. There we go. Okay, here we are, mid-50s. Low 50s. Next area is like 47, 46. Pretty, here comes some tempo. I mean, pretty big bar. Tried pushing above. Let me pull up my overnight chart here. Was I? Oh yeah, okay. Let's do the NASDAQ. Looking weak. Here's a NASDAQ. Dead cat bounce. Bull's trying to defend that, but still looking for a short. NASDAQ just back on its heels. Is it going to give us a bounce and let us short it, or is it going to be a hard one to catch? Is it going to be a slippery one? It feels kind of slippery to me. So I want to get short. I don't want to do it at this level though, because if it does pop up, that won't be good for the position. But so let's see. NASDAQ continuing to push weaker here. Let's see if the S&P does the same. Sorry. Okay, so I got out of the last little bit of my position here, like 58.5. So here, let's see if this pushes up. Bull's trying to defend, right? Again, this is our action from yesterday. Overnight low. A lot of work, happened here the other day, so you'd think that bulls would try to defend that area. I'm looking for it to come up and then short it and then fail. On this finest of FOMC announcement days. Just waiting now. Let's see if they take out this level here. Every day is different, right? Every day is unique. Unique to itself every day. So our 15-minute here. See if we take out 62. I'm gonna sell a little bit right here. Not much at all. I'm gonna buy it back right here. Okay. 62 got rejected. Let's see if it comes up there again. If it comes up higher, I'll sell a lot more. So let's see how they treat 62. Could be that's all that we get and we fall from there. See if they can't get it above 62. I'd still like to short it somewhere above 62. See if we get a spike, run some stops, and then short it. So here's the 5 minute. You know, in my mind, I'm thinking, well, maybe we come down, hang out here, and then just push lower. They dump it. Maybe we can't get above 62. So those are the things you got to consider and think about, right? It's if this, then that, if that, then this. So far, it looks like they could push it lower here. We got 62 holding, just breaking lower. That was it. Seems like it at least. There it goes. There it goes. Let's see if we get any reaction off of 46, 48. It's an important area. All the way down to 42. Oh, excuse me. Okay, there we go. So that's the area I had marked from the overnight. Well, I had 55 and this kind of 47 area marked with some wicks coming down here. So if it hangs out around here and firms up, I might look for a long here in a little bit. So good move off of that. It'll really show strength if before coming lower we take it up to 62. Bulls wanting to defend that area, right? That 48 to 46 area based on this chart here. We're in a downtrend though. So we ask ourselves, what is the market trying to do, and is it doing a good job? It's trying to hold that level there, that's for sure. All right, another minute and 20 until we get a new 5-minute bar. Here's the 5-minute here. I'm looking for a long at this point. Looking for it to pull back in here and then get long with the desire to see it get above this 55 level right here. So here's our 5-minute. Came down. This is firming up now a bit. It's got another 50 seconds till this guy closes here. I am mindful that we're in a downtrend, but the bulls are wanting to defend this area. Just looking for a little bit of a push lower. Down to what? Down to that. That's what I'm looking for. 70. Oh, give me just a little bit more lower. Take me a little bit lower and I'll get in and buy. Okay, so that 5-minute bar finishing pretty strong. Gonna finish pretty strong. It's not done yet. All right, so there's 62. I was looking for it to pull back into here to buy it. Yeah, I was looking for it to get a little bit lower, right down into like 53. Come down and then get above and stay above 55, which it's doing now. It's definitely showing some strength. So earlier on this move, I talked about shorting it if we got up in here. Now that we've taken this low out, I'm not as likely to take a short here. I still may. I'm just not as likely. There's 62. Let's see what they do. Let's see what they do at 62. Got another minute until we get a new 5-minute bar. So 62 was defended. This would be a good level to scalp, you know, like on that first run up. 62, try to just stick your neck out there. You'd be wrong above here. Look for a few points on it. Same with this. I mean, that's what I kind of did here when it came up. I just scalped it real quick. Thinking we might get a little higher up in this area. Then I was looking for a short, kind of a flush to the downside, but that didn't happen. Looking stronger here now. Okay, couldn't get through 62 still. Got another minute and a half on the 5-minute chart. So we're defending 62. I'm going to try to sell some right here. Got one more minute on the 5-minute. Watching 62. Like to see the red 5-minute bar close kind of weak. Got a half minute, so I got a new bar. Some new life. So let's see. I'm going to buy a little bit right here. Buy some more right here. So not looking for a huge move, and then let's see if we can come down somewhere into here. There we go. Buy a little bit back right here. I'm going to flatten right here. Let's see how long they keep it below 55 if they get down here to this area. Look to just buy a little bit right here. Not much, like real small piece. All right, I'm gonna sell some right here. And I'm going to hold the other little piece of that just against this. Here we go. Let's see if we can push 63 now. Nice little scalp right there. I was pleased with that one. You know what? I might... might try to get cute and add a little bit more down here. Let's see what it does. So I just might stop on that small bit a little bit further down. Like I might try to add some down here. Might not though. Decisions. Okay, now the way this one's looking, I've just got my stop move back to here. If it gets below that, I don't want that last little bit. And that's, that's catching the knife. That's kind of a gamble down there. But we'll see. Want to see how it does at 55. Let me put that 55 level back in here. Somewhere. There we go. We'll just edit that guy. Failing at 55. That's not good. NASDAQ looking weaker. S&P looking weaker too. My stop is right here at this low for the last bit I'm in. Target. I'll hold this one. I'll hold it against here and see if we can't get above this 62 somewhere up in here. I may hold it. We'll see. Excuse me. Still feels like to me that we could go lower though. Just so we've come down, holding below that 62 area. So yeah, at this point it's anyone's guess. You just don't know. NASDAQ's looking weaker, but it could firm up this. It could be longer term support that it's hitting here, or they could just dump them and NASDAQ just sell off the rest of the day. All right, maybe you get long here against that little bit right there. That little pullback right there. Let's watch it. Let's see if it gets up to 62. What are some other battle areas? This is kind of a little at 58 level. Keep it in mind, it is FOMC day today. In another 3 hours, I'll be leaving soon. But, it could sell off hard, could stay right here, could go way up high. So try to leave a runner on or a little piece and see if we can squeeze some juice out of it. All right, almost 10 o'clock. That's it. Oh, anyone, all two of you who are watching, maybe there's 3. 4, got 4 dudes watching. Any questions, any thoughts, criticisms, comments, concerns? Let's watch here. So this is kind of just a lotto trade here, holding it, scaled out of some up here, and then I've got a little bit here right at like just 2 ticks below break even. So if it pops up and runs, cool. If not, no biggie. It's interesting, like how some trades you get into and you're really calm and cool, collected. You feel good about it. There's not much stress, and maybe it's even a larger size, trade. And then there's others you get into, and it could be smaller, and you're just concerned, you're worried, you're wondering like what's gonna happen. So it's dumb. Like this for me, like this last little bit I got on right here. I've got nothing to lose on it because my stop is here, and I've already taken a little bit of profit on it. But I find myself overly concerned about what it's going to do versus the one up here. There wasn't too much hesitation about it. Maybe I'm concerned because in my gut, I just feel like we're going to go lower. I don't know. I could be wrong. Or I could be right. So it must be just the unknown. So, yeah, this is interesting too. We're just at an inflection point, got like a megaphone, right? Where we've got going out like this. So you don't see that a lot where you've got a market. It's just showing you that you've got a market that's indecisive. Well, I think I'm going to wrap up here pretty soon. Trade of the day, we'll have to annotate that one. That was definitely up here at 850 something, about 850-ish. Nice ride down. Scaled the last of it at 58.5. Let's see. So that's my last little piece. Almost scaled out of it. Almost stopped out. Really close. Trying to stop me out, but it won't let him. Surely it gets taken out. Okay, there it goes. So that last little runner that I had, or little piece that I was trying to hold to see if we pop up high and do something with it, something out of the norm, something out of what I was expecting. I thought I'd just hold it and see if I got lucky on that. Now until FOMC, it's anyone's guess. I still feel like we could push lower. I'm not getting involved here at any of these levels. Just there's nothing that excites me that much regarding risk to reward and what I'm seeing set up. Looks like that NASDAQ, kind of how the megaphone, it's resolving itself a little bit to the downside. Be interesting now if it comes up higher even on the other side. All right, that's going to end it for me.